Yeah, please.
She's back.
Hey, 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 hey. You down with OPP?
As you can see, people, she's back.
You down with OPP? You down with? You down with? Happy New Year! Happy wonderful goddamn New Year! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your 2023 ended well. If it didn't, I hope your 2024 began well. If it didn't, I hope that the rest of this year will come to fruition for all your needs, wants, blessings, and desires. We have Girl Pam, the missus in the house. Good evening, Girl Pam.
Hello. How
What
are
we doing? I'm good. I'm good. We got our brother from another mother, the Honorable Trap Gentleman, bald, big trap uncle, Jonathan Nelson in the house. What it do, sir?
Let
I'm
me look
chilling,
at you
man.
real good, because I ain't seen you in 2024. Let me look at you real good.
Look,
I don't think I've seen you since my birthday.
you
Let me
know
look
you
at
can't get me started coughing. A nigga on the shake back, but I ain't shooting back yet.
hold your
Look,
face to the camera. Let me check out, make sure you ain't got no marks inside.
ain't nobody been whooping that ass or nothing. Get your ass in here.
You know
Hi,
what?
Jonathan.
I'm sick of her already, for real. 2024
You
just got in. I'm sick of her
you
already.
knew that that's how that was. Good evening, Erica. Good evening. You
You
knew
know
that.
you miss me.
Sick
We
of
gonna
you
we gonna
already.
tell the whole city this weekend. Before I go any further, for those that do not know, uh, Graffiti Night Sneaker Ball, Pat Brown's annual birthday bash. He and Shantae Wells, Jay Redmond will be at the convention center this weekend. Tickets are on sale. Get your tickets now. If you don't get your tickets, watch it on Facebook when we go live that night because you have missed out. I'm just saying, you got till Saturday. He told y'all ass for 2, 3 weeks now. You got till Saturday. It is what it is. Um, man, y'all, this cough is still kicking my
Let me
butt.
go get my
You gonna did you say go get your mat? I thought this motherfucker was gonna say let me go get you some Robitussin. What the
Let me
fuck?
go get some mask.
Go get my Robitussin. I don't know about y'all. All last week I was down. We couldn't even do the podcast. I was struggling. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do it. And the executive producer, you gonna make your ass in this bed and go to fuck to sleep.
Exactly. I made
she
the
was.
executive
She meant that
decision.
shit.
And she meant that shit.
She
And
meant that
cheers
shit.
to her because I needed the whole week to recover. I don't know if any of you others have had influenza, COVID, strep, but that shit is a motherfucker.
And let me tell you
hmm
something. I know without a doubt that I absolutely love you because when I tell you
Here we go.
sleeping in the bed with a mask on is closer to birds.
I almost spit tequila everywhere.
But we could not sleep with each other. So we in the mask. We in the bed with mask on, people.
We were in the bed with a mask on until I told her, hey, these lungs collapses. I can't breathe, motherfucker. Take this shit off.
That was not right. That wasn't
That was
important.
initially why. Don't do that. Hold on. Y'all going too fast. You take me too fast.
But just imagine 5 days sleeping in the bed with your partner. You
You
can't
ain't catch
touch them.
nothing, did you?
I did not
We were
catch
very safe
anything,
and sanitary.
but I missed our home. I can't play with you.
Well, it is what it is. I want to say good evening to everybody who is joining this live and happy new year to all of my family, friends, and loved ones, including those that secretly watch and hate so that they can go and formulate the exact same thing that we're doing. We appreciate you too.
That's
Shots fired.
fine.
Get
oh
this shit
boy.
out of here early. Um,
Oh
it's
wow.
so much. It has been so much that has happened in the 48, 72 hours that 2024 has been here, that first we have to go back and I have to end 2023 the correct way. And the reason why I say I have to end 2023 the correct way is because I was inboxed about our last podcast and I wanted to talk about it last week, but I was sick. Somebody inboxes me and was like, you were talking about using more than one towel, and no, you shouldn't use the same towel on your face and your cat, and this, that, and other. And I said, well, in all my 49 years of living, I didn't been able to wash my face and my cat, and I ain't never smelled my cat on my face when I washed it because it's this little thing in there called soap. And when you in between washing body parts, motherfuckers, you take the soap. I should have brought y'all. You take the soap.
Justin Whitehead talked about that at his comedy show.
Did he?
With the 600-pound people.
Oh,
I have never seen or watched him on Facebook, but I have heard about his 600-pound life.
Smell like something was on. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Voiceovers.
Right.
And the one he did at the show, he was like, ain't put a lick of soap on your body. Like, she got off the toilet, got in the shower, and just ran the water over.
Right.
Never used some soap.
Again.
Never used a towel.
There's this little bar. It's whatever color you choose. If you use Irish Spring and it's green, that's your business. My cat can't take it, but you do what's best for yours. If you use Ivory, Dove, and don't act like these motherfuckers didn't use Ivory. Y'all was broke before. You used Ivory at your goddamn house. So for all you, everybody had dry skin going to school because they used Ivory.
They use Ivory. They use lava. They used
just like they used Tussin.
They use Ajax.
Just like they used Tussin. You stuck your fingers in that deodorant and did this. And if you say you didn't, you lying. You from Shreveport. Everybody mama told them, put your fingers in there and put some under your arm.
Well, they lying too, because they went in the kitchen and got that butter knife and dug down in that Tussie too. You know, put it under their arms too. So they lying.
To get them last little crumbs that had got hard. So stop lying. You ain't got to be there. We family. We love y'all. You ain't got to lie to us. We understand the struggle. We all went through the struggle. Shit, we might still be in the motherfucking struggle. Right. But we make that shit look good if we are in the struggle.
But you're not going to lie and say that your mammy didn't make you do it.
Hell, we're not going to tell that lie. So the question was, somebody had something to say about me describing washing your ass. Before I start 2024, we're going to start this again. Ladies, if you got a cat, you come here to the front. You wipe towards the ass to the back, and then you drop it off.
It's a visual difference.
You wipe here, you come to the back, and you drop it off. That's how you wipe your ass.
But you got to tell them too.
Come
but
on.
you got to tell them too. That's how they supposed to wipe themselves when they use the bathroom too. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. Because they trying to figure out.
On the toilet, they trying to figure out how you washing like that, but you ain't wiping your ass. When you wipe your ass, stop going from the front doing that little pat like this. You know, just dabbing at the clit area. It's a whole extra cat down there.
That's why their pH levels be on trash truck juice.
Okay, people.
Okay.
So, Jonathan, how was your New Year? Since we didn't see you on New Year, how was your New Year?
See how she be stopped? She stopped me when I'm telling folks the truth. They need to hear this shit.
But she's trying to bring us from 2023 into 2024.
I'm trying to
so it's very important. It's very important that
you
they don't bring those habits.
Kind, you is important.
That you don't bring those habits from 2023 to 2024.
We're not going to Facebook jail.
It's important. It's important though.
Okay. Well, let me move on to another topic. That one is a little sketchy. They don't like that one. Okay, let me move on to another topic. I received a question. What?
How do I bypass the New Year? Let's discuss the New Year.
This is discussing the New Year.
I thought so.
Can I finish? We ain't discussing that. What you want to discuss about the New Year? Okay. I didn't get a chance to tell y'all how the fuck I really, really felt. The color. What you laughing at? The color Purple musical, based on the Broadway play an adaptation of the motherfucking book that clearly none of you motherfuckers read,
Mm-mm.
had two women in there fucking. Shh. But don't y'all tell nobody else. I'm just
Mm.
gonna talk to my audience.
I don't think they got the part where what she said,
Go
Suge
ahead,
like
go and
honey
explain.
and on the beat. I don't think they got that when they was
Anytime
telling the
a
story.
bitch tell another bitch, Suge like honey, I like B, that means she didn't taste it. That shit. She didn't,
Well,
and the reason. Go ahead, come on. I want you to bring it up because I gotta put this up here. I gotta
well,
put this graphic.
well. I guess here's the problem. I think people don't understand the concept of the reason why she was so excited when she found out Suge was coming back
Here we go.
was because she had a connection that was
Here we go.
different than anything she ever
An
wanted.
intimate
And
connection.
then it made her get the nuts that she had to treat Mister the way she was treating Mister because Suge had taught her pretty much. You
Suge
don't
had
have to
taught
just
her
deal
how to
with
be Junior Suge. You ain't got to deal
that's
with
it.
Albert. Who the
Right.
fuck is Mister?
And
Fuck
so
Albert.
what people need to understand is the reason why it was so easy for Celie to pack her shit and have it ready to leave when Suge had her and old boy
Come on now.
to load
Come
that
on.
car up, and the reason she had the gumption she had, and the reason she
I
was able
may be
to
black.
right,
I may be poor.
and the reason
But
she
dear
slung that
God, I'm here.
look, a good piece of meat and a good piece of cattle make you turn on some people.
A good piece of cattle make you say fuck your whole family.
So at the end of the
The
day,
family ain't doing right. Fuck them.
right.
I,
So at the
I,
end of the day, that's why we got to understand what that is. But again, people went in there thinking one thing, and I feel like it was very disgusting
right. And I'm
because
gonna
at
put
the
this
end of the day, y'all sit up and y'all went to something to support a black person. Now y'all will sit up and watch fights. Y'all will sit up and
right.
watch the bullshit. Y'all will sit up there and listen to
Reality
everything else
TV,
in the
love
world.
and hip hop, and all
But
that
you're
other shit.
but you're upset because you went to something that is dignified part of black people run music. We run musicals. We run Broadway forever.
Right.
And so for you not to even go read a motherfucking book, you bastards had free library cards all your motherfucking life. And you bitches wouldn't go to now one of the free memorial locations other than to go up there and eat
Oh,
them people free food during the summertime, get cookies and get their candies and
come on now.
everything
Come
else,
on now.
and to use the free internet to get your ass on MySpace. And get on Black Planet. But you bitches didn't pick up not one book.
Not one book to read what the fuck really was going on. Like I say, so Jonathan, look at this. Booster said I had to walk out this Color Purple movie, and two other couples, older couples, walked out also because I had my little girls with me, and it seemed like a rainbow love story. Good acting, but whoever wrote the script is pushing the narrative hard. As a parent, I will not let my little girl watch this film. Boosie, I like Boosie. I love Boosie. He's a fine cat.
I love Boosie too, but Boosie is very
Boosie, what?
uneducated on a lot of things.
Very uneducated on a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
motherfucking things. Cause who the fuck was? He said whoever wrote this, nigga, it was wrote. It was already. Boosie, you got too
He don't
much
know that.
money
He
never
don't
to
know
have
that.
seen Broadway, off Broadway, theater, the Strand. Come up here to the Strand, but come some motherfucking way and get you an education. You walked out because two girls was kissing. Bitch, all you gotta do is come down here to the Circle K. You can see that every day in Shreveport. What
I
the
mean,
fuck is
for
you talking
well,
about?
but see, here's the thing. Don't let's not play this what's good for the goose, what's good for the gander type of situation. Because how many chicks he didn't had in his house that kissed on each other before he did what he did to
And
him.
allowed them to kiss on each other so his son wouldn't be gay. So it's okay for you to buy hoes
You
to
know what
kiss
I
on each other,
mean?
but it ain't
Let's
okay
be
for women to love on each other in an intimate, appropriate setting.
you you
Gotcha.
you you sexualize women to do things with other women even when they didn't want to for years. And for you to now get
Years.
to this space right now where you're in your feelings because of something that was seen or whatever else, I don't care what nobody say, bro. You do enough shit in that house, and now with the internet being out there, your children know everything that you do
Right
and how
now.
you do it.
As Hannah said, Damn, Lydia said sis ate her box. That is what it is. Suge made her shake. Correct. Whenever somebody put
Right.
your legs in the air and make your legs do this, just know
Right.
Suge like honey, she like beef. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's all right. Hannah
Yeah.
said Boosie also always has something to say about the community. I'm starting to think he's a little sus. Whenever men go that hard about being homophobic, like your
Cause
whole
you too
stance is
bothered.
that you homophobic, you too
Mm-hmm.
bothered, it made me wonder that, look at Diddy. It made me, and Diddy was never homophobic, but it starts to make you wonder what secrets are you upholding or hiding that
Right.
everything that someone does in a sexual nature that's homosexual bothers you when you ain't have to go see it. I know you had
Right.
heard about it with your little special ass. Your little
Right.
sugar was acting up and everything. You went there and got some goobers for your popcorn. Your
Right.
sugar was acting up and you sat there. But that's the part you walk out on? Oh, okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kelly says not. I mean, Hannah says not the free library card. Library card. Lydia
Yeah.
said Boosie is slow. We don't
He
pay him
is.
any attention. Kelly says whatever you say, Jonathan. Yes. Mister Johnson said 1 in 4 can't read. Look around the theater and count. I know at least the three
Mm-hmm.
beside me couldn't read because every time them little young motherfuckers started moaning and groaning when they started singing, I believe that's how I got influenza COVID strep because I wasn't sick until that night. And them bitches kept breathing and talking and jumping up and walking. I said, these little motherfuckers got one more time and I'm going to kick their ass down some motherfucker. We go to the top so that we ain't got to worry about people walking over us.
Right.
Them little
Right.
bitches walked over us all goddamn night.
Yeah.
Hannah
Nah.
says, I no longer support Boosie. He's nowhere influential to any black boys or girls.
True.
And
That is
Kelly said
true.
his daughter is a lesbian. Is she?
She is.
The one that went on live about that car he took with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why he
Oh,
was
see,
mad.
I didn't even know he had a daughter that was lesbian.
Wait,
But
but here's
DL Hughley used to be like that. And his daughter is lesbian. He used to
but here
stay on the girl that was on his show. Um, who used
but
to be
y'all
his
do
co-host?
know y'all do know his cousin is the same dude that was on the you remember the dude that was with his guy and he was got on Facebook he got on live or whatever and he was like he heard the couple next to him the man tell the woman that it was something she couldn't order when they was in Applebee's and you remember the dude
Uh-uh.
turned the same guy that was supposed to get married to the woman
Oh,
and then he
yeah.
turned around
What's
that's
that
his
boy name?
cousin that's his
Message CC or
nieces
something? Message CC.
he works for him.
Kelly Speed said not that daughter, the daughter that lives with them named Poison Ivy.
Porter, yeah,
Poison
she
Ivy?
rap.
Uh,
Poison
She
she
Ivy?
rap.
rapped. They say she raps.
She rap. Yeah.
Wow.
But no,
Well,
it
I
is.
just
It's
think
just
that
the
if you
ignorance.
have that much to say
Right.
about homosexuals, because we had to educate somebody this past weekend as we were bringing in the new year.
Hmm.
It was a straight woman in a group of a bunch of lesbians, and she
Hmm.
was telling lesbians how they should act and be and look. Yeah, you see your face. That's exactly how Robin faced. Robin said, "I'm bothered."
Wow.
Robin told that bitch, "You the only motherfucker in here that don't touch cat." Her words, not mine. And you trying to tell us how to be? I said, "There it is.
Shots fired.
Well.
Shots fired.
Mm.
Shot. Yeah, how that work? I don't know. I just wish that people, if you're not in a life, I can't tell a gay boy how to go and get some
People need to
mind the
mind
business
the
that
business.
pays the bills in their
I
house.
know. So I don't talk about sucking dick because that is not
And
my
she don't
thing.
give no advice about it
No.
because that is not her
I
thing. And I
am.
thank her
That's one
for
of
it.
my things that I have
I
no
can kiss
experience
her on the lips proudly.
in.
I
And
know where
Cause,
they been.
fire.
cause she, cause,
So
cause
leave me
cause
alone.
when the
Why?
conversation comes
So
up,
far.
shit up
I don't have anything to say
I
about
can
it.
go
at
right to her
all.
and say, "Mwah," and I'll be like, "Huh, your girl suck dick, not mine."
Never have. Never
You
will.
ever? I remember telling somebody once when I was younger.
Every time you kiss her, you
Every
take
time
my
you kiss her, you tasting my pussy. I was a nasty mother. I was a bitch. I was an asshole. I'm glad I'm changed in 2024. Anyway, moving right along. Moving right along. Jonathan, I received a question that is, I just gotta
This is
jump out.
your
This is
expertise.
your expertise for all the
Period.
fellas on here, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson. I need to rock Obama. I was asked a question as if I had one, and I was like, I don't fucking know. And this was my face. I don't fucking know because I ain't got one of them. Um, I was asked when men sit down to use the bathroom, where do their dicks go? We're just gonna jump into
I mean,
2024
do
with all
y'all
kind of.
hold it in your hand? Because I'm hoping that you got enough that it hangs
It's
low
in
up
Take
that
me
it's
now.
it's
Take me now, Father. Take
I'm
me
the
just
now.
saying, I
it
hope these boys
it
and girls
hangs
have
it
enough.
hangs
It hangs towards the water.
it
It
hangs
It
in the
should.
does.
toilet. It hangs
It
in the
should.
toilet. You stick your meat in
Now,
the toilet.
if you want that motherfucker, we look at your toilet, it's got the black ring around the bottom.
Well,
That's
this
why a lot
explains.
of y'all be having
That's why the
BV.
pH level. That's why the pH level's off.
But
Yes,
I hope it's long enough to hang in the toilet, people. And if it's not,
Well, this is my
they're
question. Well, when I
different. There are different
received it,
depths. There are
right,
different
when I
depths of
received the
toilets.
question, this was my thought process. You
Hmm.
know, it's some that's gonna touch the water, it's some that's gonna float above the water,
Right,
it's gonna be deep sea diving in the water.
and it's some
but
that
there's a way.
it's some that look like door stoppers. Do theirs go down or do it stay up?
Now, Barack Obama, I need you to use that.
This boy
What?
say, this boy say, while we're shitting, we ain't no hard.
Now that's real too. But let's
Oh my
be
God.
well. Let's be real about this. There is a way for you to position your meat when you're sitting in the toilet to where your whole entire meat ain't got to fall all the way in. You can take your meat and pull it up a little bit so it can press up against the toilet
Do you
seat.
see my face?
So you,
Are we
I'm
teaching
just,
people
I'm just
how to
explaining.
use the bathroom? Now,
I'm
Well,
just
I
I
got
saying.
a grandson, so I'm gonna need to because
You're gonna need to
I ain't
understand
never.
I
this.
have a son, and I ain't never had to teach them how to use the bathroom. They will figure it out on their own. You
No,
like, go
you
sit.
have to teach them how to. You have
You
to
have
teach
to
boys
teach.
how to
No,
use
no,
it.
you
You
do.
had to potty
Oh
train. What I'm
Lord
saying is,
Jesus.
you
Okay.
had to potty train him, and then once he got over, he figured it out.
So I
But
found
that
out who the guy you
First
was
of
talking
all,
about.
this
The
girl
one
say
that
door
just
stoppers live with
talked
their
so
mama.
much
They don't
that
get
made you
none.
crazy.
see, first of all, Justin potty trained Tony. I came home from work one day, and that boy was potty
Barack
trained.
Obama, what the hell does that mean? He light skinned though. So because he light skinned, he ain't gonna have no meat, or because he light skinned, he ain't gonna hang in the toilet. I think I'm somewhat
I'm
offended.
just
What the
saying.
hell does that mean?
I never taught
Andre
my
Cleveland
son.
says some that just sit in their lap.
I didn't teach
Well,
Tony how to
maybe
use.
one of them times he was with his daddy, he taught him how
I
it was
just
supposed
don't
to go in the
understand
water.
that people have to
These
teach
are
you
some
how to
things
use.
you need to know.
But
Well,
see, here's what people will do
Hell, that's
sometimes.
right. Noah gonna figure it out on his
Wait a
own. I'm
minute.
not
So
teaching
let
him
me
how to
tell you
use
what
the
people.
bathroom.
This is what
What?
people will say sometimes. People will say, "Well, if you letting your meat hang in the toilet, then you nasty." No, what you should be doing is cleaning your toilet periodically,
there
so
you
you're
go.
not concerned
That's
with it.
it.
Now, if you
Bleach
know that
bleach
your
spray
meat
works, people.
Now, if you know your meat is touching the water, then you should know how to position your meat the same way you know how to stick your meat in pussy. You need to know how to take your meat and pull it up so it's not touching the water. Because when you are shitting or peeing or doing whatever you're doing, you should know how to
Oh
level that
yeah,
thing
because what
out.
if it's hanging down there while you doing that? I shit.
Yes, I can.
Wait, what else we need to use? Hell,
Not that.
when you defecate, I'm sorry, my
Yes,
bad,
something.
my bad.
You
I'm
know
sorry,
it's shit,
Pam.
right? Okay. You know
I'm
what?
sorry, Pam.
I'm a
I'm sorry.
visual person.
I'm sorry,
Look,
Pam.
No, I'm a
I'm
visual
I
sorry.
got
person.
I got two ladies on here saying, fellas, raise your hand if your meat touching toilet water. I'm doing a survey. She trying to she
I don't
trying to
want to
Trying
do
to
figure
get
that.
out.
some numbers
We
from
Last
trying to
time
get
we
some numbers.
so
We
so
trying to.
last time we did that, I had to block somebody. So no, we're not gonna do that. Yeah. So that's what. Mm-mm. Nah, nah,
If
Is
it
she
is
paying?
by your thigh, if it is by your thigh, you live with your mom. Now, Kelly, by your thigh. Uh, Look, Veronica talking about I don't even know what the topic is. What did I come in on? Whether or not your
Tell
dick
her.
touched the water.
Yeah,
And if
that's
your
what we're
dick
talking
do
about.
touch the water when you shit, you need to move it to the side a little bit so it can sit on the toilet seat, not be in the shitty water and get all
Right,
thick and stuff.
right,
you
right.
talking about there's one. Is there another?
So while
See,
you pooping your
see,
stuff in the no, Elizabeth, you need.
no,
He said while you're pooping, it's not in the water. You should
you
be
don't
able to
have to.
position it
You can position it to where it's not
to
That's
where
and
it's
touch a
a different Elizabeth from our Elizabeth.
no. Wait, which Elizabeth? This your
what?
sorrow, Elizabeth? Ain't this?
Hannah is the
Oh
normal
no,
It's
Elizabeth.
always, it's
Hannah.
always, it's always her
Them
sorrows, ain't
deltas asked too many goddamn
it? Them
questions. But
sorrows,
y'all need to
some,
know.
One
mm,
thing y'all ain't gonna do is get on this
yeah.
My bad,
podcast
my
and
bad.
talk
You're right,
about the
you're right,
rest,
you're right, you're right. My
especially
bad, my
talk
bad,
about
my bad.
that
You're right.
person that you was not.
You're right. My
I
bad, my
keep
bad. I'm
telling
sorry.
y'all that
I
that
mean,
man
I
that
mean, I mean, it's
Okay,
very
my
obvious.
bad.
It's
Okay,
very
my bad.
obvious.
that she
Very
wants
obvious.
that let
So
somebody tell you
all I'm saying is, fellas, if you don't know how to position that thing at your big grown ass age, then you need to be asking somebody.
and if you
Mm,
don't know how to position at this age, please don't go ask nobody. Google.
No, you need to be.
No, if
I
a
think
no,
that
grown ass
men.
man
I think
has to
that men
ask
should
they need
be
you,
to,
open to conversation.
they need to have the
no,
conversation. Why not?
They need
no,
to have
no.
somebody that be like, say, bro, your girl told me your dick be smelling a
Pam,
little shitty. Pull it
Pam.
up out the water,
Why
son.
is it? Why is it? Why is it y'all as women can have conversation, but men can't have that
Correct.
conversation?
I think that more men should have conversation
Yeah,
about some shit.
I'm
It would
sorry.
help them out. They wouldn't
men,
be.
Pam, men not having that conversation is why half of your friends and your lady friends be going to the
And
doctor
they lady
with their
parts
pH
be.
levels on
Mm-hmm.
trash truck
I
juice.
just hope that
So they need to have the
the men that
conversation.
I know have more self respect and
Kelly,
more
if
than
you don't get
themselves
your ass off
to
my
be on
live,
here. Say now,
Kelly,
how you position your meat when you gotta use back? What?
Kelly
That
say
ain't the
when you.
Don't go to ask
conversation. That the
nobody.
conversation is not
What I'm
like
saying,
the
no,
Lord
what I'm
Jesus.
saying, hold on. It's kind of like the barber shop or the cigar
It's
lounge.
the bar.
You
That's
general
exactly what it is.
conversations, just like we
Is
talk about
yes.
ass and women,
I'm
and I
sorry.
put men there because
I'm
I
not
be
going
you
to
not
ask
there.
another woman how to wear a thong, how to do none of. I
Well, that's
know.
because, baby, not everybody's blessed. Like
I'm just saying, I'm
your
not
thong
gonna.
ain't gonna fit the same. You
Well,
can't
you
ask
didn't.
no other
You
woman about
didn't.
your thong
Well, I
and
mean,
how
but
it's.
that's the thing. They're not gonna ask you certain questions because it don't fit for you to ask them certain questions.
And they
Just like you
that would
mentioned
be
earlier,
like me,
ain't no chick gonna ask you about sucking meat because you ain't never sucked one.
and that
And
would be like me asking you, is my thumb straight? No, I ain't got no ass. I just got a strong back. Like, what would I look like asking a woman of your abundance?
what I'm saying is, I wouldn't go ask them how to wear thongs.
But you're very
I wouldn't
conservative.
go. I wouldn't go.
I'm sorry.
Very
If I
super
was a dude and I had some dude friends or a big homie uncle, I'd be like, say, my meat won't
real
stop
talk.
hitting the water. Well, I mean, what I'm supposed to do? And I
Hey,
want him to tell
look,
me,
look,
hey,
look.
lift it up and put it to the left.
There's a conversation. Look, there's a conversation. I remember growing up. My uncle took us in the backyard and was like, "Hey, get this peach." He handed each one of us a peach.
Hey. Did y'all see the thing on the internet? Because I'm trying to ignore that right there. Of this, he was a dad showing his two
Mm,
sons how to wipe their ass. They had
he
them
did.
sitting. Did you see that? He
Mm,
put two balloons taped to the back of the chair and had them sitting in little chairs, and he did the same thing. And he was like, "This is how you wipe." He
right.
said, "Wipe the balloons," but it was two
Teaching.
ass cheeks because he was like, "I don't need you to be out there with stuff left in there, and of course it's unclean."
Yeah, because you know
Teaching.
about somebody that
So
had
that's
they
the
tight and white
same
as dirty.
thing you think that we gonna tell Noah. Noah, sit on the pot, sit right here, son,
No, I'm gonna
and
tell my boy how to wipe his ass because I don't
no,
never
talking
Right.
want.
about the thing falling in the water. So we
Oh,
gonna be like,
because
Noah,
he might have him a nasty bitch one day, and I don't want her to go
what?
back there and put her face and
AB.
then tell me, no,
AB.
you smell like
AB.
shit.
Don't worry about it. I know you gonna handle up in whatever part you can't handle up. I talk to him because we ain't supposed to have him out here messed up.
I tell you, he'll be the cleanest, thuggiest ass. You don't
As
stop. Hey,
he
listen,
already got the bag
ladies,
down
ladies with sons, do not stop your
now. I
sons
never stopped something.
from putting their hands on their meat because,
The right.
ladies, do not stop your sons from. Is that us?
Make sure you pick up from the house. Hold
Okay,
on, guys.
I think it did pick
Mm,
up. It's what it needs to
yeah,
do.
yeah, you broke up a little bit,
That's
breaking up a little
Jonathan.
bit.
Yeah, that's Jonathan.
It's y'all breaking up.
Whatever the case may be, you let him. because you do not want him to be that 21-year-old boy talking about he ain't have enough meat. Let him play with that thing and get to wiggling it and stretching it out.
Okay, so Tommy, do you play with that thing? Because I'm saying, I remember walking in the bathroom.
He
I
played
told
with that thing.
and he was taking a bath, and I just go in the bathroom checking on him.
Wait. You talking about your own son?
Yeah, so I go. He was a child.
Wait. So you're trying to say that men can't have a conversation, but you can ask your son if he was violating himself?
That was a joke. I was saying, let me ask Tony because I know from what I've heard, this young man is well endowed. So I just want to say, man, how did that happen?
I'm like Barack Obama. Wipe until the tissue is clean and
Yes.
play with
There
your
ain't no
meat,
number.
fellas, because
Ain't no number.
them women gonna talk about you. And this woman who ain't never had you, I'm gonna talk about you because they tell me about y'all meat pieces being little. And it took the shit out of me.
No,
Oh,
no
God.
question. No
Oh,
question.
God.
Fellas, have you ever had no? Because that just be nasty. You go from sitting on the toilet using the bathroom and you pick your little meat up and you think about something and then you go from that to, you know, talking
Clearly
to
your cookie has
so
kicked
I'm
in.
just wondering, do they get urges
To do what?
well, it's in their hand. So
But let it go. Next, move on. So Rock then told you that the thing is limp when they on the shitter. When they on the toilet, that thing ain't at attention like that. It's just that's why it's just hanging down.
Not
That
all
ain't
the
one and the
time.
same. It's
Not all the time. Not all
Trina
the
talking about
time.
I'm dead. Trina, no more cookies
No,
and shit. You see what
no.
happened? You see what happened Sunday night? No more motherfucking cookies and shit.
oh my God.
Next time, tell somebody you ate a cookie.
I ate treats.
You know what?
Mm.
My, what a time to be alive, because I just don't know where the hell Girl Pam went with that.
Neither.
Have y'all seen the church in Atlanta that was swag surfing? It's about 30,000 people in that church. All of them, the average age, because my Auntie Sean has actually visited this church a few times.
Which
Auntie Sean in Atlanta, in Stone Mountain, and she has gone to the church. She said the average age of the members is like 23 to 26.
Who was the pastor? That wasn't Jamal Brown.
That was Murphy. That was William Murphy, wasn't it? And so, she said I did. They mad the old people. Okay, so and they got the swag. So they started swag surfing, and I ain't talking about swag surfing. I'm talking about and not in my third. And I said, oh shit, they was tough in the chest when they started swag surfing.
My question: why
I hate
did
that song.
That was the ball drop or something? Was it New Year?
They were counting down for New Year, supposedly.
And then they just decided to go right on in. Well, that's just
Wait,
like,
Andre, he said they were too saved for him. Did he? I didn't see. I didn't even know he told them they were too saved for him. Okay.
He did say it on the video. Y'all must be too saved off up in here.
I'm not opposed with meeting people where they are. I'm not opposed. And y'all finna say this coming from a lesbian heathen. Fuck y'all and your cousins. So look, I'm not opposed to meeting people in the streets where they are, because that's what the Lord did. He went and got Mary and said, hey, stop hoeing, bitch.
Right.
Mary, now you ain't doing this shit right. Get out the streets, Mary. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is the lack of reverence and respect we show for God in the church, because so many churches are trying to be hip and swagged out. They're trying to keep, and it's these young up and coming millennials. They got some money. They're trying to keep them tides flowing. But I don't want to have 1 foot in Coco's and 1 foot in St. Matthew. Do you get what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
Yeah, maybe
it's a fine line, right?
It's a touchy conversation because
it is.
I
think we don't do enough to bring the young people, to reclaim our young people back in the church.
True. And I think right now the world has evolved so much that you gotta try other things in order to bring them in. Now, what I
Right.
will say is, I hate the song. I swear to God, I hate it. But what I will say is that the song is not such a vulgar, whatever song compared to other music that is out here
Right.
that it can't be connected to some type of spiritual whatever people want to do. If they want to remix the words and change it to something else and you swag surfing for Jesus or whatever it is that you call yourself doing, I think there is a place for it. I think some of us just came up in different way of church and
Yes.
religion and Baptist and everything else. But reality is, we getting to a point now that old school way of learning and the way the Bible is written and the word
Right.
half of the words you don't understand and everything else. It's kind of one of them situations where it's just like we evolving and we running out of shit to use, and if we can
Right.
pull children back into the church,
It's
then
you.
we all right.
Right.
It's,
So what's your
yeah,
thought? What did you want to say?
My thought is this is similar to the feelings I have about the praise dance.
Ah,
Because some
okay.
praise dancing can go too far. It goes on a different level as well. See, me raised up in the old Baptist church, our pastor, we were on the
mm,
praise dance team. Man, we was in the choir, and even when some of the choirs have their musicals and stuff, they get a little
They get a little out there.
out there with their hand gestures and such. So a lot of people were saying that this is no different than the people that come in the
No.
church and be like Kirk Franklin in
I
that.
don't agree with that. Did y'all see him the other day talking about
I don't. When I
in
go to
that
church,
white suit?
I want people
Like,
to know that I'm in
I want to
church.
be at church when I'm at
Yeah.
church. I want
so
you.
should there be a separation? Should there be something different now?
I
Should there
feel
be
that.
church and should there
Hold
be
on, John.
a
Let me
different
get a
type of
couple of
fellowship?
these.
Well, look, full
Okay,
gospel to me
a cup
sometimes
goes too far.
borderline.
So Eric again says, I came back at the right time, but I'm gonna sit this one out. I got something to say, but I'll wait. No, please don't wait. Please say it now. We would love to hear.
Mm-mm.
Trina says at least they weren't grinding and stuff. What's up, Bishop? Bishop said that was not of God, all caps, very out of order. Hannah says, I don't understand how that's okay, but these are the same people that say that type of music had a bad influence on our youth. Good point, Hannah. It can't
Mm-hmm.
be a way to reach our youth and also be a bad influence. It don't work that way. Lydia said, "Now, Johnson, that's not evolving. Evolving. If we have
And
to
I'm a,
swag surf to get them to
and
Jesus, we've lost." And Barack Obama says some of the praise dancing. I agree. When I see, first of all, they don't teach children properly when they praise dance. The young lady, they be
right,
laughing, giggling, chewing gum. It should be a serious dance to evoke emotion. That's first
absolutely,
off.
absolutely.
I've seen
Not just the emotion, but the spirit.
what do you call the guys with the white faces?
Mine.
The my the first time I saw one of that a long time ago, and he jumped and ran across the pews. I said, "What the fuck?" I ain't gonna lie. No,
See, this is
it
how
threw me off.
I feel about some of these elite guards
Uh oh.
coming in the church, stepping and swaying
Okay,
and doing all that and coming to get the
because
love
did you
water
see
and
the elite
throwing
guard
up,
boy? That was
throwing them up in the cast. Now, I can agree with it.
that elite guard came there talking about he couldn't catch the beat for motherfucking nothing. But I'm had to
Right.
send you the video.
Some of these little elite guard people are going
Now, don't get me
so far.
wrong,
Now
for
that
centuries we have had these elaborate celebrations of life at death, where the mummies, they did all the mummification, they did this, they did that, they did all these celebrations. I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I ain't gonna lie to you. The first time this was in 2010, the first time I saw the boy from Precious Memory, Lynn, I saw them throw a casket in the air and I almost drop it. I said, I gotta be walked
Right,
out the church. That
right.
I can't
I
stand that
just don't
shit.
like
That's
the
me
idea
personally.
of you know
It's
I
like
don't
they're
even
making a mockery out of
I
it
don't think they're making a mockery of it. And it's
to
one
me.
thing to come in
Throwing
there
them in the air.
high stepping it, and you going in there to roll them out. I don't have a problem with the high stepping. It's when I have to look at my daddy sitting up in the air and you gyrating him up here. It just makes me think what is going on in the inside because
That's
it's
what I'm
not like
saying.
they jumping in
Absolutely,
the casket.
absolutely. And
They
and
just
I'll be honest, and I'll be And I'll be honest and say this: I don't know enough scriptures. I ain't been to enough churches. I think when consistently going to church, I think I
Right.
was what 17, 18 when I was consistently going to church. I have pretty much developed my own way that I walk around earth and how I do what I do and how I treat others. I don't know enough about the church to give a full blown what
Right.
should be done and what shouldn't be done. Now, I do know what my grandmother raised me to be and what the elders told me that I should be doing and
You see?
everything else. I'm completely up for that. So for me, I guess the reason I said evolving was just trying to find a way that how do we bring the kids back to church? And I think that's just the way that I saw it. Now, what I do want us to do, in what space do we figure out because some of this traditional shit, some of the traditional people that's doing things the traditional way, they ain't shit either because they do one thing in the church and then they get outside the church and
One
they do
thing in the
other shit.
Now
bathroom,
that
basement.
So it kind of
it's a very slippery slope.
it's
It's
a
a thin
slippery
line.
slope
I just want
because
I
you
want
know
church now. I agree. Now, Barack Obama made a comment. Everybody is going to have a different opinion on this one based on how you were raised or brought up in the church. I agree.
real talk.
However, we have to have some reverence for God. Y'all kill me.
Hmm.
Well, let me say
Y'all
this
wanna talk
right.
about gay people in the church every Sunday in your sermons, but
Mm.
you allowing them to
And guess what?
like these
And guess
praise
what?
dancers.
And
They
guess
just
what?
sent me a
And you know what
video
they
of talking
doing?
about pop that coochie. Yeah, oh my
But
God.
guess what? But guess what? These same people that say that the church ought to be a certain way won't go talk to their pastor and tell them that some of the same people that they respect in the gay community and they love and they sit with and they congregate with, they'll sit up and let their pastor talk about them in the congregation and not
Now that's
correct them. Let's talk
I have
about the
Well,
real
this,
shit.
yeah,
like Crystal say, I am a former youth director.
right.
And so for years, youth director, I grew up in the church. I am an old school Baptist. But at the same time, I had an 18-year-old daughter that wanted to praise dance and
That
wanted to
was
sing.
9, 10 at the time.
Yeah,
Right.
so 9, 10. And when I say she didn't look like a 5-year-old boy, you have to also be mindful what the kids are wearing when they praise dance. Because remember when
I think
Shayla
Lydia,
first
yes.
put on that praise
Yeah,
dance
because
dress and
Shayla made
stuff?
she ain't made like a mama, but Shayla is made like a grown up at 10. And you ain't praising in this. Go sit
So
your ass, praise him tomorrow at the
but
house.
I said that to say, like Crystal Brooks say, there are other ways to reach the youth and the younger generation that we don't have to
Absolutely.
bring the streets in a church house
Good
You
and
point.
don't.
make
Good
it
point.
the
She
streets
said,
Very
and
good
let me
make
point.
it the
read her
church house.
comment. She said, you don't bring the young back to church by offering them the same as well. And that's my whole thing. That's why I
This
hold
that's
people
true.
always tell me, you kill me putting these preachers and holding them to certain standards. That's they're held to certain standards
When
because
they
there
stood
are
up
ministers.
there and
They
took
are
that
men,
oath,
but when they took that oath and said they were called according to his word, they
Hmm.
didn't they became different from me. Bishop Brooks became different from me.
and although we
And
know he
although
is
I know
still a
he is a
human,
still a human and a man, and Bishop Brooks accepts me where I am, I still don't want Bishop Brooks hanging out in the club with me, drinking his whiskeys. And
That's
I
all I'm
believe
talking
in
about.
in
That's
Christian
all I'm
drinking.
talking about.
I don't, all that
I
shit
just
with.
don't. You don't want to see. You don't want to be in the
I
club
don't
with the
even mind him
pastor.
having a drink with me. What I mind
I
is him
just don't.
having a drink with me, trying to holler at the bar at the bottle girl, and then in church the next Sunday saying
Hmm.
y'all going to hell because y'all didn't do such, and
There
I
you
did. And
go.
I'm like,
That's
man,
my
what we
problem.
together
But
last
no,
night?
in 2024, can I get it normalized that people stop telling other people what they need to do? Like, where they
Mm.
going? People love to tell me that I'm gonna die and go to hell because I love atheism.
Hmm.
You can't tell me where I'm going because you don't have that final judgment. Nobody ever
Hmm.
said just because I decide to love who I love that I'm going to hell.
And I just can't
And
Hmm.
I
believe
want
that
people to
the
stop telling people where they gonna go, and I don't even see you in the church on Sunday.
I
You
can't
gonna tell
believe the
me?
God that I
Hmm.
love who accepts murderers. If you ask for forgiveness, you gonna tell me he gonna forgive them and love them, but he ain't gonna forgive and love.
Well,
I
AB,
just ain't gonna believe
you
But
that.
know
in
what my biggest problem
2024,
is?
people need to stop speaking like that was one of the
They
things
speaking
that
like the
told me.
Lord told them that
Yeah, the Lord
themselves.
said, let me touch on your
Well, no, what it
subject.
is selective praising and then selective teaching. Because reality is, if you're gonna take portions of the Bible to condemn people, I want you to take the whole Bible. That would be like taking a test on a book, and you only want to take certain parts of that book for the test, and then get mad because certain questions come up because you didn't read them chapters.
I tell
No,
folks all the time, don't tell me
no,
about the scripture talking about with women laying with women, men. Did you?
don't read,
But y'all eating out. But
don't
y'all
read one
buying
through
all these
16.
seafood boxes with
There
all
you
this extra butter on.
don't
You're
read one
laying
through
with your woman while
16.
she on her cycle.
There you go. Because
Now,
you didn't send her to the
now,
mountain.
no,
Husbands, what?
yeah,
That's what
no,
I'm
I
saying.
understand. You mean
You
like
have
you
Look,
to
got the bed because you
because
over,
you look,
yeah.
because you
know
ain't
thy
send her.
word for thyself. You
You
can't.
look,
You
you
can't
wasn't, you
tell me
didn't
nothing
send her
because
to
I'm
the
born and
you
raised
ain't
in the
send her to
church.
the mountain. You ain't send her to the mountain,
There
did
you
you? When
go.
she was going through that, did you?
Hmm.
You still trying to roll over and slide off film when she was going
Exactly.
through there, didn't you? Okay, all
We
right.
got a comment. Veronica Harrington said this isn't the same generation of people. Unfortunately, we've already lost most of them. Y'all talking like the pastors don't listen to the radio. Hell, everybody know these songs and they would have been dancing to it either way. I'm sorry, but I don't share the same views as everyone else. I saw them enjoying themselves and I didn't see no twerking. And this is a safe space, Veronica. We
And
get
that's
it.
fine that they were enjoying themselves, but I shouldn't think that you in the club or at a concert when I'm looking at a clip. Because let's be real, a lot of people go to church on the internet now. On Facebook, they got Facebook service, they live.
I'm
So
bedside Baptist all
if
day.
I tuned into that right there, I wouldn't have known whether I was at Coco Palace or if I was at Peace Press. When I log on to something, and I was like,
Why you
okay,
had to mention Pizza Rest? They all gonna be
I'm just
coming, and we
saying.
ain't saying nothing against Pizza Rest, but they gonna swept. Somebody gonna lie and say, "Y'all heard what Girl Pam and Asia said about Pizza Rest?" No, we said that we weren't at church.
Timothy
You're
Johnson
right.
would never think that his
His,
pillow night was on his
You're right.
bedside.
ever, but
Right.
somebody
So
gonna lie and
I'm
tell
just
that
saying,
lie. Um,
bedside Baptist, when I
Veronica, I
say
have a
yoga,
question for you if you don't mind answering in the comments. She says, I went to church every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday morning choir rehearsal.
so did I.
All the revivals, honey, and my thinking has evolved. Can you explain to us why it has evolved, or did something happen that make it evolve and make it a little bit more lax? Now that you're older, I'm curious
Well,
if you don't mind me
that's
answering.
it. I went to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, BTU on Saturday,
She
and
said they were in a safe
sometimes
space on
twice and
1231.
3 times on Sunday. So, and then, so I was raised to wearing slips under
Man,
clothes.
y'all, the first time
And
she came to bed
shut
in a
up, I'm
slip.
talking
Oh.
about as a child.
Ha,
So I'm
ha.
one of the ones.
Come on,
I'm
finish
one of the
talking. Let them
ones
use you.
that's the old school. But when I became a youth director and when I had a daughter, I did evolve a little bit because some of the things, the praise dances, I would have never and could never. Some of the things that some of the younger youth are doing in the church now we were never allowed to do. We had revival and vacation Bible school was the most fun you had. All these other activities that they have for children's church and the things that the kids can do. So I agree that there should have been an evolution because I don't want Shaylin being taught the same way I was 50 years ago.
And
Right.
one of the things
It's an evolution to some degree,
and I'll
but the
say this,
word, the staples of the word should
The
still be
foundation.
still be there. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. The foundation should still be there. I will say this one thing, and like I said, we can either continue or go to the next. One thing I will say is that what I do want people to do, no matter what your knowledge is in the church or the word or anything else, I want people not to disregard the trauma that some people have went through being
Right.
in a church
That's
when
true.
they were told that the church was supposed to be the standard on how you
And
treated
this
people and
church was supposed to
everything
be there
else
to help them, and it really
because
hurt them.
reality is when we look at church right now and let's look at it locally, we got everything from the church paying for people child support. We got the church that no longer do food banks to feed the people in the community. We
We
got
just
the
food bank
church,
2 weeks ago.
we let's be honest here, we got the
Let's
church
be
that no
honest.
longer
We
we
are a different
we
church.
don't have we don't have a church that's picking up their people anymore to make sure they get to church. What they doing is some of the congregation will pass by in their foreign vehicles and see their church members standing at the bus stop and won't
And
pick them
some of
up
the
and get
church
them to
members
the church.
are stepping their foot on
So,
our backs and our necks. because some of the harshest things that I was told by individuals who didn't agree with my lifestyle was some of the church members, my very own pastor at the time, some of the elders, and look at you like I shouldn't have still been going to my home church just because I made a decision to love who I love.
Right.
So
Right.
I say that
Right.
to say it ain't just as
But
young
they were
people
sleeping.
that
But
are
they were
trauma.
sleeping with so
There
and
are
so.
some of us adults right now that
Adults.
have
Right.
trauma with church, and like Hannah say, part of the reason why she don't go to church is because they're so judgmental. Not just
Mm-hmm.
on her lifestyle, but on how
Mm-hmm.
she decided to wear her hair. You
Right.
know, people are very judgmental, and we were raised at the time, come as you are. Yes, come as you are.
Come
But
as
when
you
you
are
got,
didn't mean come in your Coco Pellet attire.
but if you
It
got
meant
8 pieces, somewhere in them 8 pieces, you can
you
mix
got
and match
something to wear to
and
church.
wear an
Mm-hmm.
appropriate outfit. It might not be the
Mm-hmm.
best,
But it was
but
an
you have
appropriate
the
church
ability
outfit.
to be appropriate and to show
Yeah.
respect.
Before Bishop Brooks, the reason why I say that I can have I'm AME people. I believe in drinking. Okay, we have no problem with
Mm-hmm.
drinking.
Well,
The
first,
Jew,
Bishop Book, are you agreeing with what she's saying or
I
disagreeing?
think he's saying because I said I don't want to be hanging out when I made the comment about hanging out, having drinks with him and smoking, and then he in the pulpit the next Sunday. What I'm saying is I believe I can go anywhere with Bishop Brooks and I can order a glass of wine or offer him something and it won't be a problem. And that's okay. He's not one of those bishops or ministers that are all poking the bear and in his people's face, telling them how wrong they are while he's
Right.
out here living a different lifestyle. These are
Right.
the ministers that I'm talking
That's
about.
my
If
concern.
if you're gonna stand on the word, then you should be living by the word. You are men, you are women, you fall short.
Mm-hmm.
However, but if
That's
you
it.
are standing on the word, you should be looking, acting, and living as if you're standing on the
And
word.
looking in the mirror
That's
at
it.
the same time.
Yeah.
People
That's
got to
it.
stop
Look
pointing
at yourself before you
fingers
point
at
And
fingers
people
at me.
because
and not
and
looking
and
at
here's
themselves.
reality too. Let's not forget that the church was supposed to be a safe space, a safe haven for people to be whoever they needed to be and however they needed to show up. So reality is, again, we're not saying everybody fucked up and we're not saying everybody perfect. But what
Right.
we're saying is we need to, just like we say there's some bad police and there's some good police, where here's the reality is we need some of them good pastors to point at some of them bad pastors and not let them sit next to them at these conventions and make them feel safe.
Right. Lydia said
Yeah,
the church needs to do some repenting. Now, on
right.
that, I totally agree. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that a lot of our pastors, Bishop, I'm appealing to your sense of decency. A lot of our pastors and bishops and clergymen and women need to start having real conversations with
Mm-hmm.
their pastor friends and clergymen and women
Mm-hmm.
and say,
They need
it's
a
not a
round
good
table,
they need a
a
round table
disciple.
for the
Mm-hmm.
square table discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need a damn
Because
round table for the square table. Say and be
Like
real with them.
Hannah
Don't bring them in and say,
right,
bro, you not just making you looking bad with all these child
right.
support
There
cases.
you go.
You making all of us looking bad because
There you go.
everyone is now questioning how we
Because guess
are
what?
in the church.
Because guess what? If as black men, I need to hold my black brother accountable when he disrespect women and he do fucked up shit. That's the same thing for a pastor. That's the same thing for a police officer.
Right.
That's the same thing for a doctor. That's the same thing for a lawyer or anything else. There need to be some accountability. There need to be some finger pointing. And
It
whenever
does.
you with somebody that ain't doing what they ought to be doing, you should not be sitting next to them and make them feel
Yeah,
safe.
because if anybody out and see this one over here acting like she's single, knowing that she's not,
But they know I ain't gonna do
please,
that.
please
I ain't
take
gonna
them
be
Mm-hmm.
out.
aside. You know what?
I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna
Ma'am, we
never be
appreciate that.
We
I ain't
ain't for
gonna
the
never
play.
be out acting like I'm single because
Mm-mm.
I'll
We ain't
check
for the play.
myself. I'll be like, now, bitch, you need to take your stupid ass home. Now,
Man,
For
that's
real.
totally joke.
I'm just saying, people already know.
You reproving
If
Mm-hmm.
me.
y'all think that I will get in y'all shit, just know I get in mine first. Point blank.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that a few of the comments, Sharika, Hannah, were saying that the basically saying that they don't
Well,
have any
Sharika
love
said
for the
church
church.
ain't the
Church
same.
ain't the same for her. Hannah said the reason, and I really hate that we have left the church because of traumas
Right.
within the church. A lot of it being within
Right.
our adult lives. I
Right.
really hate that we have to find something. Veronica answered my question. She said
Correct.
they should have bleeped out some words. Either
Mm-hmm.
way,
What's going on with that?
there are
Good to see
single
you. Good to see
ministries.
you.
married ministries, etc. Maybe it should have been given in a plain old building to churches and youth. Agreed. My church, we have had church dances for the kids upstairs, away from the church, in the fellowship hall, and no cursing. It was edited music, but we wanted the children to be able to dance and fellowship in a safe space. So I have no problem with that.
I was
Great answer,
with
Veronica.
how many people was
It was
actually in
3,000.
the Lord's house bringing incense.
That's what she said. She said at least you know they were in there and safe on 12/31.
So, but that's what I used to do growing up. We used to have watch night service. That at 8 o'clock we were in church and was in there after midnight, and sometimes at midnight you had to stop the praising or the singing to realize that, hey, it's midnight. We done made it over to another year. That's how I was raised, and I'm not a club person, so even when I got in my 20s, I still was going to watch night service because I wanted to be in the Lord's house. So I will say it is amazing how they had so many people.
They were. They walking.
What got everybody there? Because on watch night service, we always have a gospel singer group.
Right.
And that's why a lot of people come. So I wonder what was it that got so many of them there? Was it just simply church?
But Auntie Sean said it's church like that anyway. They call it hype church, actually. They have a name. Stop it. Let me move on. I don't have. I'm gonna say this final comment on this subject. Veronica says there are some women who only have club clothes. If they want to come, throw the damn blanket on her legs and let her sit there and get the word. It's too much judgment for me. Bishop Brooks said, where? Bishop Brooks says, thank you. Blessings to you. One day we will meet. I invite you to our church, St. Abraham Baptist Church. And I've gone to church at Bishop's, and it was very nice. They greeted us with open arms. We truly enjoyed ourselves. So please, if you're looking for a safe space, a safe haven, St. Abraham Baptist Church is where he will meet you. He will meet you where you are. You ain't got to do no extra. He'll meet you where you are. Hannah says, back in the day, Annie, which is what they call my mom, used to go with the girls out. And Hannah talking about she can't do that no more. Lies you tell, because whenever she goes to the doctor, them things is talking about. But it is, and I agree with Veronica. Just throw the blanket over their motherfucking legs. You know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Throw the blanket over their damn legs.
We would sit on the front row, take the girls out, and breastfeed every one of the children. The first lady.
At what church? Wait. Hold on.
She would be, the first lady sit on the front row, right?
Hold on.
So
y'all done got me warm in here.
She would nurse the baby on that front row and to pull the girl out, and we all like in the class saying like, is that? And then you see one of the deaconesses.
That's a natural.
Well, I guess thing. When they were in church back in the day in the 1900s, 1800s biblical times, you didn't get up and leave. You just bloop. I don't know. Veronica, I believe your ass had. As a matter of fact, I've had the blanket thrown on me, and it was only because my aunt was saved, sanctified, filled, Pentecostal holiness, and in the holiness, and her daughter would be falling out talking in tongues, and they be looking at me to talk in tongues. I'm like, I'm not finna talk in no tongues, and you are not finna push my head back. So they threw the blanket.
Touch her, they push
Man, Auntie Mary, may she rest in peace, used to be pushing my head back, and I'd be pushing it forward. Me and Auntie Mary used to be fighting. I'd be like, Auntie Mary, let go of my head, lady. I am not finna fall out in your church. I am like, she would get that and she would hit me first. But I used to be like, now wait a damn minute. I'd be like, you can't slap the oil on. Everybody else, she walked up to him doing this, putting the oil. She gets to me, Auntie Mary. Auntie Mary had blessed the oil. I ain't need no damn extra touches. Yeah, that damn Pompeii olive oil.
She had to put that extra oil on.
Auntie Mary used to be talking about, and I'm talking about, stop now. She gonna come right there tonight. She gonna come, baby. Auntie Mary gonna come there tonight and say, "Can I speak with you?" No. Go on. Oh, I gotta get off. Look, I know I have. Hey, Veronica, I'm gonna fuck you up next time I see you out somewhere. Talking about she was trying to knock the word back into you. The word was in me, but the heathen was in me too. Just that heathen was in me too. I have a question that this next question I'm gonna save it for a discussion next week because we're gonna need the 4 hour. This is gonna be real quick. We ain't got much time. I know y'all gotta get out of here. Do people meet different versions of you, or are you always the same? Jonathan, girl pain. Don't roll your eyes at me because I already know. I don't do it. I'm listening.
Depends on the situation and the environment. Depends. Because
I'm the same person. And we were talking about this.
He done went into the honorable trap gentleman and shit. I was like, you got Devious. Look, even I had to look. I was like, wait, what?
y'all get on my fucking nerves.
There are different versions of me. There is a professional side of me. There's
Correct.
this new found side of me that Keisha
With
says,
the cookies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That Keisha say that I have blossomed into.
That's what
as
Keisha.
the
That's what Keisha say.
Mm.
You have blossomed.
That's what Keisha say. She loves this new version of me. This more relaxed.
I think I like it too.
Version.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are different sides to me, and different. There is, you know, the professional side of me. There's even when I'm with my sorority sisters and doing the service or whatever I'm a completely different person, and of course I'm somebody different.
Hey, don't you do it.
At other times, but I think that people get different versions of you. And remember when I first met you, this helper gonna have a nerve to say, I met your representative before I met you. You know, so a lot of
everybody does though. It's just
you
human nature to see your representative first.
Representation of yourself at the very beginning.
Well, but let me tell you what the problem is. The reason why I asked the question is because I've been told before that one, I'm not different. I'm the same with everybody, and they're like, you treat everybody the same, and I'm like, no, I don't. I treat my wife, my children, and my family circle. I didn't say it. See, I didn't even say.
I knew it was me. That is not what I said.
You said I was treating them all too good.
No, what I said is, first of all, everybody
Here she go.
There are multiple sides of nature, but there is a B that everybody gets. Everybody that knows her as AB. That's the fun loving AB. But I tell everybody, I didn't marry AB. I married.
That's probably a
AB.
good thing.
And you know, I tell this help all the time. Now, last night I went to bed with Adrian, but I done woke up with AB because she go to bed in her right mind. But somewhere in the middle of the night or in the morning, I look up and I was like,
probably them days like now I ain't had no rest.
But I think people have to be realistic too. Is the whatever you present to me is what I'm gonna present to you too.
And I think just said that. She said you get what you give. I'm whoever I need to be for the occasion.
If you give me a decent human being, I'm gonna give you a decent person. If you give me a shitty human being, I'm going to scorch the earth.
I agree.
And let you know that I am the motherfucker who you say I am.
Well, I am like that, but if I meet somebody and they just a fucked up human being, I'll be like, oh, look at it. Like, what's wrong with it? I give everybody the chance. When I meet them, I'm like, hey, how are you?
Depending on where you take me.
But depending on where you take me.
Wherever you take me.
If I do all that speaking, like, case in point, I had this conversation with a young lady. She's about 24 years old. She walked in the room I was in. I said, excuse me, you walk in that door? And she was like, yes. I said, did you speak?
Right.
No. I said, but you walked in that door. I said, I was taught when you walk in that door, you have to speak. I don't have to speak to you. Is it part of the rules and regulations? This is what she told me.
Yeah.
Let's go back to she's 24 years old. Her mama probably, you know, now.
Well, her mama should be slapping the shit out of her ass. Because my mama wouldn't have let me do that.
Right, but her mother is not the same mothers that we had.
Oh,
you know,
no.
True.
Our mothers I wasn't 24.
I don't care if you was mad at Gwen or Louise. When you get your ass up and walk in there, you better say good morning. or
You know
you gonna
what?
get
But I
slapped
think,
again.
just like Pam is saying, I think sometimes we do try to adjust and give grace to people that just don't
I
know no
did.
better. Sometimes now, but my problem is, I run out of grace really fucking quick.
Yeah,
And
I ain't
if
gonna
I
say really
give
quick,
you,
but
I run out of grace real quick because I kind of, my attitude is, if I'm decent to you and I'm nice to you and I
right,
give you whatever, that means I'm expecting it back. The
right.
first couple of times that I kind of run that by you and then you do something fucked up towards me, then you literally can be out there in the middle of the Red River and I'll blow smoke and turn
Well,
around and walk off.
Veronica, I'm sorry, Veronica. I corrected her lightheartedly in a joking manner, and tried to have the conversation with her. And she even brought other people in. Do you speak when you go into a room? And they were like,
See, the first that
"Yeah,
was the first
we
problem is
do."
that after she was like, I don't have to speak to her, I was
Yeah,
done talking to her.
you would
Done.
have been done, but I
You
was
did
trying
one
to.
and done with me.
Yeah,
You
but
don't have
she's
a one to
young, and I
one.
Hmm.
know I'm trying to.
But this is
I
the
got
same
all my
person
children older than
that
this
she
girl.
done had bad energy from the moment you told her
But
to
and
go.
I tried to be
Hmm.
nice and decent to her.
But let me say,
And
you
while she
tried
turned and
too many
walked out,
times.
and I said, and looked at me and said, and because you said something, I'm not gonna speak. I said, now, bitch, that's when the
Mm.
grace ran out. You could be
Grace is
on
out.
fire. You could
Yeah,
be on
grace will run
fire.
out.
I won't pour
Mm-mm.
my
When
tequila
my
or
grace,
water on your ass. That's it.
when my grace run out, I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good on. Yeah, I'm good
yeah.
on. Yeah,
Well,
I'm good on you. I'm
I
good
got
on.
one and
I'm
done.
good on you, your
You
mammy.
and Jonathan more
Yeah,
alike with that. Y'all
yeah.
want it
I'm
done
done.
like a motherfucker.
I'm one and done.
You,
And then
your
will look at
mammy,
me and
your
will look at
mailman,
yes.
everybody, the dog.
Y'all are
Fuck
both
all of you.
yes. No,
Mm,
I actually be like,
for real.
well, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with him? Like I be trying to really get in the minds of
Mm-mm.
some of these young people and try and help them.
It ain't just the young
Mm-mm.
people.
Young and old, because old people
It's some
ignorant
old
as
one
fuck
too.
too.
It's
Them
these
old
young
ones too.
ones too.
Yeah, these old people
Mm-hmm.
ignorant as fuck. Because I'm waiting for an old bitch to come and say, how big you gonna get? Bitch, how old you gonna get? You better get your
Right.
stupid ass out of my. I'm just
For
saying,
real.
don't say nothing about my fat if you don't want me to say nothing about your 94 years of age, bitch. I'm sorry.
As I was
My lord.
saying, Jesus.
Whew.
Lakeisha Ferguson say, however, grace is what, cousin?
Wow, the fuck out.
Grace
Grace
is
is.
what the
I
ever?
think she's trying to say grace will time the fuck out.
It is. That's
That's what
it.
she's trying to say.
That's it.
Okay. Well, this has been. I have a very, very, very interesting question. I'm just gonna blow 2024 wide open. I want you all to have this thoughts and this question on your mind before I'm gonna give. We're ready to give final thoughts. But the question and the topic for next week is: I saw this on a gentleman's page, and I stole it from his page. I just want to know what did the black woman do that got the black man so mad and angry at her? Asked a black man.
Mm.
I'm gonna post that question. I want y'all to answer. Before we
Mm.
get out of here tonight, fine. That's a heavy hitter. We need the
Mm.
whole hour.
Mm.
Hold on. Hannah says Pam threw you off guard with that one. An old white lady tried Princess at Walmart yesterday because she took her parking spot. Surprising, Princess didn't say nothing back, but that's the one time. I swear to God, that one day I pulled up in the handicap and that old bitch got out and said, you ain't handicapped. I said, bitch, extreme beauty is a handicap. Fuck you. Now that's my statement. She ain't asked me to move another motherfucking time. Sorry, Bishop. I'm
Oof.
working on me in 2024.
Oof.
You don't
Oof.
know what, if I got a handicap placard that allows me to park that bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, Bishop. Good night, Bishop. If my handicap placard allowed me to park there, I don't care if my grandmama is in the car or not. My mama in the car or not, or is my, oh, okay, my
This
bad.
goes back to, I say, people need to mind.
Mine, the business that pays them, because I got to the
Mm-hmm.
spot before her. I started to get out and say, what you want, bitch? And no, too far. Too far. Final thoughts.
Oh shit.
The
Oh
final
shit.
thought, let's start this thing off right. My final thought, first of all, is if you don't bring your new year in the way we brought our new year in, then I'm sorry. Whew, You didn't have a good New Year. When I tell you, truth went hard on New Year's
Jonathan, we needed
Eve.
you to be there. But when Robin looked
Mm-mm.
at her and said, "I'm bothered,"
We
Robin,
are gonna have to have,
Robin of Island Vibes, goddamn it, you my shero. That girl looked at her and said,
but wait.
"But wait, I'm bothered." In her
Oh boy,
Jersey accent, I said, "Oh shit."
y'all should have recorded this. I hate I
I
We are
missed
swear,
it.
gonna have to do a live truth, and when we have
but
live
invite a
truth,
lot of people.
we are going
Oh
to
my
do it
gosh.
in a space and invite audience members or people to sit in. You have got to play truth.
Keisha, we
Baby, you gotta
played
play
it with
truth.
each other, and on here, remember last year for Thanksgiving,
We
I think
got
that's
to
how
play.
Jonathan fell asleep on the couch.
Hmm.
That damn truth, the truth.
Yes. So
Mm,
Look, Hannah said, y'all don't play
mm,
truth, the truth with them. It's a setup. It was for sure a
shh.
setup. Hannah,
it
Mm.
was
You
not. It was
it,
not.
tell Hannah it's too late at this point because we didn't
it's
have
too
some
late at
serious
this
truth and
point.
truths. Yeah,
So
for
that's
real.
your final thought. If they
So
didn't bring
yeah, if
in,
well, my mom thought if you didn't bring this New Year in with love, laughter,
yeah,
some drinks,
I
and
agree.
just feeling good, then we need to try to
Yeah,
do
you
things
should, Si.
different
You
in
heathen.
2024. Whatever way you went out, if that ain't the way you didn't like the way you was, you still got the ability to come on in this
I
thing
agree.
in 2024.
I agree. I agree.
For
Jonathan, your
real.
final thoughts?
Keisha
Um.
Ferguson, you right. Them head muscles, them head muscles. I'm telling you, ain't nothing
mm.
like them.
So, uh, yeah.
It's on a
My ending thoughts. Shit.
this calls for fuck.
Yeah. Happy 2024, and do what makes you happy. You know, whatever you had to leave in 2023, you left it, and that's fine. And you move on in 2024, you advance yourself, and you do the best you can with it. Um, as far as religion, church, or how you enjoy religion or how you partake in religion, let it find you the best way it can, and you find it, and you do what you can.
Right.
Um, I'm not completely against the church or what it is or what it represents. Find what you can find, love it, find your faith. But reality is that once you find it, or if you don't find it, just treat human beings good around you. That's really the shit that
Decent.
you being. That's what
Decent
you
and in
really.
order.
That's really what you being watched for. You being watched for how you treat the fellow man next to you. And so, always do that. Just make sure you good on it. My final thoughts, my last
Drink
and
your water.
final thoughts is,
Eat your, drink your water.
drink your motherfucking water, wash your motherfucking ass, use proper soap,
You know you
uh,
finna say
you
that.
know, wash
Y'all
your
stupid.
motherfucking ass the proper way, and hunch who you supposed to be hunching because when you worried about what everybody else doing, you wondering why you kicking like a
What
fish off
Keisha
of
left in
one
2023?
motherfuckers and not others. So, yeah,
That
focus on that shit.
Apollo lie.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Follow what you
is
do.
that what she mean? Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I heard you. Keisha
Uh,
Ferguson is stupid. Um,
for real.
my final thoughts are live, love more people. That's really all this world really needs is more people to live and love in harmony. Be at peace. Find what make you happy. Do you see this? Kiss whoever the fuck you want. Kiss whoever we don't care. I promise you, most people don't care about who you kiss and suck and fucking and nothing else. They do not care. They only care if it's their day and time when they supposed to be there.
Or you kissing who they
Or
kissing.
you kissing who they kissing and it's their day
Hmm.
and time when but
Hmm.
let's get back to loving and helping. Like Jonathan said, we're judged on what we do on a day-to-day basis towards one another, for one
Hmm.
another. Human kindness towards mankind. Like, I just don't understand why y'all be so angry, and then y'all don't understand why I be so happy. Like,
Hmm.
we have bad days. 2023 was full of shit in a handbasket. Did we
Swear to
have
God,
some
it was.
amazing days in 2023? We
Most definitely.
did. Pretty much every time we all get together, it's gonna be an amazing time. It's gonna be a time had. But we all
Hmm.
went through some emotional shit in 2023. We
Real shit.
all we all looked at each other and was like, "Are the planets fighting again?" Because
Right.
we were lost and confused. But
Right.
what made it better was us saying, "Where you at, him? Where you at, motherfuckers? We at the Hilton." Or her saying, "Jonathan,
For
I
real.
haven't heard from you. Okay, we
For
on the
real.
way.
I hadn't seen you. You're right.
Yeah, I hadn't
Real
seen
talk.
you." Life is
Mm-hmm.
better with friends and family that you love and care about.
Real
Life
talk.
is better with happiness instead of pain and
And it's
misfortune.
and guess what? And we not gonna lie and say it ain't been days we wanted to kill each other.
Oh
We
yeah,
didn't have days we wanted to
I'll tell y'all
full
a
fledged
story.
want to kill each other.
I will tell y'all a story where one day this motherfucker had her purse. He was in there buying drinks, and Daryl LeBeau Jr. looked at us like he was somebody motherfucking daddy and said, "Sit your goddamn ass down." I said,
Look,
"I
look,
said, who
we did
was Daryl talking to?" I said, "No, we're just
look.
gonna go." And Daryl said, "I said, sit your ass down." I said, and I sat down because I ain't never heard Daryl raise his mother.
Look, we didn't have days we wanted to kill each other, but then it
Yes,
eventually we was
it's
able to comb
family.
over things and you get through it and you figure it
I
out
don't know what
and
y'all
you may
talking about.
do. But yeah, but no, at the
Me and
end of
You
the day,
Daryl
like
ain't
I
never
say,
got into it.
You and Daryl ain't never got into it because Daryl the only motherfucker that reads the room be talking about, hey, shut up. Hey,
and
bitch,
I'm
shut
and
up.
I'm and I'm the one that says fuck the room and go
Fuck the
straight to
room.
hell.
Did
Go
he
straight
say
to
fuck the
hell.
room? And I say, well, I done already said it
And
now.
that's why y'all two stay in motherfucking trouble.
Whatever. What I'm saying is, and people be talking about, y'all don't invite us nowhere. We open-ended.
Mm,
I'm just saying.
That's not good. Because we done pulled somebody invitation card from this weekend already. So that is not true.
This motherfucker say, okay, we're
pull
open-ended.
the plug.
Yes, we're open-ended if you come with great energy, laughter, and
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, you gotta come with
And
good energy.
can
For
yeah,
real.
you gotta
Yeah.
come with good energy. So with that being said, I wish you all a prosperous 2024. Happy New Year to those that I may have missed. We love you. It is going to be great. I gotta grind and work hard. I need some help, y'all. I have too many fires in the basket and not enough and her.
Because her wife wants a new tell you ride. So I know.
Why I tell you? Okay, I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I have got. I need. Can I get a social media person that'll streamline all of this and put? No, okay. Anyway,
For
hey, big boy, y'all.
Good night, people.
We're getting out of here because let me tell you something. I got some motherfucking chili dog waiting on me, and if you don't
real.
have a top shelf grade A #1 chili dog with the hot goddamn Wolf brand chili and the melted cheese waiting with the onions on top, I got to go.
We
That's
will
it.
see y'all at the sneaker ball this weekend.
Sneaker ball this Saturday. Come with your best sneakers or don't. We really don't give a fuck. Just come have a
For
good
real.
time.
Just,
We're going
right,
to have
real
cookies and
talk.
shit. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Lakeisha Ferguson, you need to be in the building. I need to see those pictures. We love y'all. One love. Peace out. See you next